Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Tony.
I'm Brandon.
I'm Landon.
John.
This is the Game Misconduct Podcast, episode number 44. We also have Emily in the house. Hello.
Hello.
Hey. Welcome back, Landon and Emily. For the first time in 13 podcasts. Oh, there it is. Oh. That'll be the main found. Huh? Huh?
I loved
it. Jinx.
I want
That was cute. Yeah, good to have you two back. Glad you're in town. They decided to just randomly show up and say, hey guys,
Crash in the park.
we're going to be on this podcast.
bitch.
And here we are. Just like that. He came and punched me in the face, called me a bitch, and then said we're being on the podcast. That's per usual. It's good to have you back.
Landon was like, I'm coming. PC. Podcast.
Go upstairs now and record me. But yeah, it's exciting. On the podcast today, we have John News as usual. What up, Johnny? We got the top 10 brought to you by the man in town,
Me.
Landon.
Me.
And then we got a beautiful third topic, which you'll find out if you make it that far. So,
Beautiful third topic.
until then, I'm going to segue on over to John with the John News. Back by popular demand and back for the second week in a row. What up, buddy?
Guess what?
What?
We've upgraded.
What?
So-
What?
It's a Doc X. And now it's not.
Oh, but, you know, shout out to Chris, who's in the live stream right now.
Yes.
If you didn't know, you're on youtube.com/Game Misconduct. You can watch this live every week, Friday from 7 to 9:30 Central Time. But he did buy you that
Yeah, he did.
WWE show to the crowd. Look how beautiful that thing is. So, I don't know if Landon's seen this.
Beautiful. I saw it. I was sitting here.
We saw Dunkirk a few weeks back for Alan's birthday, and we went to GameStop, and that was on clearance.
Okay.
And he said, you know what? John needs a notebook, and so he had like $6 in his pocket. Bought it for
So
him.
he thinks
Very nice.
you're
But we
worth a
have
discounted price?
upgraded to the Doc X, unfortunately, but we'll still use it. We use it
we
for
always use it.
Foreign Film Friday,
We'll use
right?
it for lots of things. It,
Yeah.
it will get used.
Yeah, so he's got his notebook, and then I have mine. So.
It's a beautiful desk ornament. Thanks, Chris.
It is great. But go ahead.
It
I'm
fits
sorry. I
with
didn't mean to
our-
interrupt your John
With
News.
our,
And I'm beginning to think
go.
that I probably should have peed before this podcast started.
Nah.
That's okay.
Damn it!
I'm sorry. I may have just spit
If
on
I
you.
make a break, I'm
I
sorry.
loved it.
Well, do you like microtransactions?
Fucking no.
Okay,
Well,
listen.
I mean,
listen.
yes.
There's some exceptions. I
Okay.
do sometimes like them.
Okay.
Like what? Name fucking one.
When I'm having sex.
Pay 99 cents to orgasm.
It's personal, and we don't talk about that here. Anyways, when I'm playing NHL and having sex, Rainbow Six
At the same time?
at the same. Hey, man. Just saying. No, Rainbow
Many
Six.
sixes
You know,
giggle.
sometimes it's okay. You know, if I have an extra funds here and there, or if I buy something that gives me more than the usual amount, I'm fine with it. It's okay as long as it doesn't help me win. I'm fine with it
Fair enough.
because it doesn't.
If you don't want others to pay to win.
Yeah, no, I'm fine with like shaders like Overwatch or things that just make you look cooler.
Okay.
I think that's fun.
Well, it's in Shadow of War.
Yeah, I did hear about that.
Ah, great.
Yay! You can get the Celebrimbor skin, Landon's favorite.
They announced that you'll be able to purchase loot crates, war chests, XP boosts, and bundles through the marketplace to strengthen your orc army. So, what they were saying about this is the loot chest will contain the weapons and armor and experience boosts to level up Talion faster. War chests contain new orc followers as well as training orders, which are used to level them up and customize them. Bundles include all of the above together in a package deal. Items can be bought using Mirian and in-game currency that you can find while playing the game, or gold, which is real money that you spend.
Wow. Really?
So, gold will also be awarded from community challenges that they issue and completing certain milestones in the game.
I will say they are overhauling this whole system and to the point that they have their own Nemesis stories this go around. So they're trying to make it in-game non-existent, where you can just keep playing the game over and
Forever
over.
and ever.
Yeah.
And they also started adding armor sets, which we saw in the gameplay reveal. So I had a feeling this was bound to happen, especially after Injustice. Did you see the microtransactions? They added the most ridiculous amount of customizations to these heroes. So I had a feeling WB would bring that on over to Shadowside in any future
It always feels like there's some studio that's getting rid of microtransactions at the same time another studio is like bringing them in. It's like, it's such a fucking great feature.
Yeah, let's overhaul this.
Yeah, this is great. What a wonderful idea. Why didn't we think of this before? It's because it's been tried before and no one liked it.
Yeah.
I'm not hurt about it though. What about you, Brandon?
Microtransactions are huge, though.
Oh yeah, they keep
if
a
you-
game's longevity going.
Yes.
They help games that do bad sales-wise do good in the long haul.
Well, and people that suck at video games.
But you're fine with it. Oh, you're about to say pay to win. Okay, go ahead.
No, well, I'm not now.
You're about to say people that suck at games can pay to be good at
You
it.
ruined it.
I'm sorry. We just said we don't like that.
No, and I'm not disagreeing with that, but I'm just saying people who suck at video. I'm just gonna say the same damn thing.
So,
Fuck you.
can you try it again?
You mean people
Try
that...
from the top. People who suck at video games.
I'll give you this. Let's say you are a hardworking adult. You don't have the time, let's say a 16-year-old has, to get the best-looking shader on the planet, and you just want to pay $2 to have it now.
Right.
I respect that. But
I don't respect it.
I respect
But
it
I
because you're a
understand
hardworking
it.
adult, and I know what time is like now as an adult. I don't have time to get better at games, and these stupid kids do. But...
How dare they?
How dare they?
Motherfuckers.
If you're a hardworking adult and you're like, I want to be as good as those guys, they better give me an experience boost. I'm going to pay
That's
for
how
it.
hardworking adults talk, apparently.
Yeah,
from
that's
now on.
Well, that's when you get down to their level.
Motherfucker.
And I have a problem with that. That's my one.
Yeah.
I get your argument, but
No, it's not my argument or my position. I'm just saying
That is
can
exactly what happens in
sympathize
real
or
life.
understand that people do it,
yeah.
but it's more. I think more along the business side of it, which is you
Pure
have
genius.
millions of people that are going to do it, if not millions and thousands of people that are going to do it. Okay, $2. You
Yeah.
have 50,000 people that are spending $2. That's $100,000 on a piece of armor that you painted
We're the fools on
some
that
color.
end.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
Right.
Well, I mean, let's be honest. Bethesda's the one that started this whole fucking thing.
yeah, they did.
I just spit again. I
Bethesda.
horse armor. But yeah. Anyways.
but like Brandon's saying, I mean, you've got Halo 5, which has free DLC for everything. Mm-hmm. You get these transactions.
I'm fine with that.
You can pay to get them, or you can play enough games to get enough coins to unlock it. Same thing with Titanfall. All their DLC's free.
Yep.
Except for
the shaders.
It's like skins and shit.
Yeah. I'm fine with that. That's cool. That's
Yeah.
fine. I don't get why people gripe for microtransactions if they don't affect the actual outcome of the game.
if the in-game
Honestly-
currency part was out of it, I'd probably have a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no, if it was
exactly.
just gold.
That
it-
would be a
Yeah.
problem.
It's basically what Nintendo does with amiibos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yet I'm buying those every chance I get.
Fucking amiibos are actually microtransactions. Let's be honest here.
They're very expensive.
I mean,
ones
you
too.
get physical items for your
They're very
microtransactions,
$15.
but you're still fucking paying to unlock something that's already in the game.
Why am I still buying them?
Yeah, they are fucking awesome. Let's be
They look
completely
so
honest.
cool.
Like
Those
the
cloud
little
amiibos, they're so
statues,
amazing.
they're great. You're getting a physical item that looks good and all that stuff, but it's still a microtransaction.
True.
It's still unlocking something in the game that is already
Yeah.
there.
But okay, so microtransaction Shadow of War, we're not really upset about it.
Yeah.
Okay,
not too
cool.
bad.
What else you got, Johnny?
Fallout 4 is getting a Game of the Year edition.
No fucking clue. What?
Yeah.
Bethesda and a Game of the Year edition on one of their
Of
RPGs?
course.
That's crazy.
And guess what
dog.
it comes with?
What?
All the DLC.
That's what they've always done.
I know.
I don't know if I'm about to spoil it, but they're actually also bringing that back right behind you on the other side.
The Pip-Boy?
The Pip
That is
Boy.
correct. That's a $99 collector's edition.
Yeah.
So
I
you'll-
spent that. Actually, I spent $119, you bastards.
And
And
it's
I didn't get
supposed-
all the DLC.
Supposed to be an upgraded version, so
He spent $40 more.
It's some bullshit.
All right. I'm done with that. I'll buy it.
You
Get
get
your
an LCD
plasticky
Pip-Boy?
Fisher Price.
I
Pip
was
Boy.
waiting for Fallout 4 to get to do the Game of the Year edition to play the DLC because there's a couple cool ones that looks good, but
Let's be real, though.
like Fallout 4 is just not that good of a
Their
game.
best collector's edition is this one right here.
Yeah.
This one was
Dishonored.
phenomenal.
Yeah. That the detail on that mask.
They
is
are not
just
doing it this year, though. I mean, they
top
only
notch.
got Wolfenstein and Evil Within, but they are not doing it with the collector's edition. They rule the last two, in my opinion.
Wolfenstein would have been cool for a collector's edition, I think.
Yeah, they got like a little Ken doll looking thing. It looks weird.
Yeah.
It's not cool.
feels a statue of the Max and stuff.
Yeah,
Oh,
if they did the
dude.
wolf
Or the-
hounds
yeah,
or whatever.
yes.
Yeah, that would have been sweet.
I can't wait for 2.
Looks good.
Yeah.
It's E3 stuff. We covered that before.
Sure did. Go check it out. YouTube.com/game misconduct. E3 2017 playlist.
I don't know if I said it or not, but September 26th is when that comes out.
Cool.
It comes with all the DLC, mod support, survival mode, graphical enhancements.
Just in time to wait a week for Shadow of Mordor.
Yep.
I just
Cannot wait.
Shadow of War.
Most anticipated game of the year.
Shadow of More War.
More war.
Yeah, they call it. Yeah, Shadow of Mordor.
Either one. We can
Hey,
replay
did you
it,
see
it's fine.
Shelob's going to be in the game?
Holy fuck.
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool.
More lore to ruin. Yay!
We're going to stomp all over his grave.
Speaking of lore, not really, but
The brother of Data from Star Trek Next Generation?
Yeah, that one.
the 2022 Asian Games will feature esports as a medal
No
as
way.
an official medal event.
That's awesome.
So
So it's not the Olympic Games, just the Asian Games?
just the Asian Games. However, due to increasing popularity with esports, a man by the name of Tony Estanguet he is the Paris Olympic Bid Committee co-president. He is
Yes, he
trying
is.
to propose to make it
An Olympic
sport
sport.
in 2024.
Why is it not an Olympic sport?
Yeah, I don't see why not.
What?
point.
What?
Don't look at me that way.
Bullshit!
How is it bullshit?
They're not athletes.
They are athletes. They're e-athletes.
No.
They're
No.
e-fleets.
You can't say E anything and say they're actually the same thing.
I don't know. There's a line, and it definitely.
There are not
Wait,
Olympians.
Lando, hang on.
Men-
if you were
mentally
investing, though, if
training.
you were investing in an e-sport team,
Uh-huh.
and you stood to make hundreds of thousands, if not millions, would
Yep.
you not call it a sport?
I don't care. They can call it a sport. They can call it a sport all they fucking want. They're
Hey,
not
competition
Olympians.
is competition,
If it's a
and you're just
sport
one
and you're
word
an
away from
Olympian, then
sport.
you
Okay.
play sports.
Yeah, let me. Okay. How long does it take to be an Olympian? How long have most people trained? Like 15 years?
Sure.
How many times? How long has games been like the games that these people play? How long have they been out? I'll tell you, it's been a hell of a lot less longer than 15 fucking years.
How long
because
has
they're so damn
how long
good,
has
they don't need to train
Counter-Strike
for
been
years.
out?
They just need to train
How
for
long has
months.
Counter-Strike been out?
Fair enough, Counter-Strike, but okay, so you just said Rainbow Six is becoming big in the esport world.
Yeah.
You can't be a fucking Olympian in Rainbow fucking Six!
But
No, you can't.
there's weight classes.
You
There's
can be an
tiers of
e-sport.
sports. There's different divisions.
No.
Like Tom Clancy's.
If
the
you're
division.
if you think okay, you're big into esports, I don't care. Sure, that's great.
I'm not. I don't give a shit about it.
No, like see, if you are, that's awesome. I think esports are actually a valid form of entertainment, and I think honestly, people
They're
can
huge.
actually it's big. It's a big business. But you're not a fucking Olympian. Sorry, you're not. You're not. You haven't trained as much. You haven't trained as hard. You're not as fit. You're not Usain fucking Bolt if you can play Counter-Strike better than anyone else.
Mentally, you are.
No, you're not.
The brain
Because
is
you
mightier than the muscle.
That is not a saying.
Or something like that.
It is now an e-sport Olympics.
They do say that League of Legends people will like physically train together because it helps build like.
It's true.
When you
You were
roll
just
together,
shaking
you
your
work
head
together.
no, and now you're like, oh yeah,
She-
they train
she
together like a
agrees.
fucking team.
I'm just
She
saying,
agreed.
When you
someone
lull,
said
you
that they're
win.
not fit. Well, that's not entirely true if they're doing physical training as a way of like team building.
I didn't. Okay.
Your
I'm
own
saying
wife
someone
rebels
didn't say
against you.
I
in
know.
this matter.
I know. She's completely betrayed me. She was shaking her head no, like say, yeah, I agree. They're not a fucking Olympian. But suddenly, out of a sudden, no, they are a team.
This feels like a Lannister type of betrayal.
Hey John, what else you got in the John News this week?
Game
Suddenly you betrayed me.
This one's long, so I'm going to read it. Game Informer did a cover story on Call of Duty World War II. They've revealed some
I can't wait
story
for that game, by the
aspects.
way. I love World War II.
One of the missions that they talked about in the game is called the Wolf's Den, which will
Spoiler.
have players infiltrate a Nazi base wearing disguises. So you'll need to interact with these Germans in a way that does not draw attention to you.
Wow.
Which is different from Call of Duty, because most Call of Duty
Yeah, it's like shoot him in the face.
grenade. So they're adding a different
It's my
element
style.
into it, which is
Wait, and
interesting.
They're gonna say interact, and it's gonna provide a bunch of controversy because your character is gonna end up sig heiling to Hitler because that's exactly what's gonna happen. They're
never know.
gonna build this fucking controversy so it stays in the news after its release. I guarantee you. I guarantee that's gonna happen.
You never know. But the game's campaign will take you across Europe with the D-Day invasion of Normandy, obviously. Other missions will include Operation Cobra,
Saving Private Ryan.
which is Allied troops entering France, a level called Train, U.S. soldiers with British forces try to stop a train, and the Hurtgen Forest moving on through this forest to capture Berlin. Another heated debate in this game as well is Nazi iconology will appear in the campaign.
Yep.
But it will not be in multiplayer
They're going
or zombies.
They're going to milk the controversy. This is what Activision is planning.
Well, they do it every game.
Yeah.
So how can we kill somebody?
But see,
in a
here's the
horrible
thing:
way
is
in
like
a
Call of
video?
Duty has been lagging, and now they're going to be able to bring back Nazis, which, believe it or not, is largely big in the political world right now. So there's going to be enough controversy to freak out. Everyone's going to freak out, and Call of Duty is going to sit in the fucking media sphere for.
I like it
months.
though. I think it's time for. I mean, I used to love Call of Duty, but to bring it back to, I mean, Battlefield 1 did it so well with World War 1, but who was the OG World War 2 game? Call of Duty. So to bring it back full circle, AAA, give me a real story like a Dunkirk setting, and make it just AAA video game. Just can't wait.
But can
We'll
they
see.
execute that
Yeah.
the way it needs to be executed?
think
And
I
that's the
think they
question.
can.
I have a quote.
Are
from
they
them.
updating their
there's a quote.
graphics engine? Because if
Yeah.
they're not, no, I
Their graphics have been great.
Oh yeah, they have.
All right, there's a
Been
quote.
great. What are you talking about?
I have a quote here.
What you got?
They said that it is important to balance the authenticity of the game and era along with dark notes that come with it, such as the genocide brought forth by the Nazis. They also said we need to balance and respect. We need to balance and respect that, but also recognize that this is a piece of entertainment and not to dishonor loss of life. The game's campaign will have a rich narrative with an authentic depiction and darkness of war, while multiplayer, zombies, and the social space that they're going to add did not feel necessary to add the iconology.
Okay. Interesting.
So I don't see any Third Reich stuff in there.
Well, nobody plays a single player in those games anyway, so they're not going to be freaking out.
So nobody's shooting
I
a
do,
bomb.
definitely.
But
We're
no,
good
see,
then.
that's the thing is like they did this for what was it, the train sequence in previous Call of Duties, or the plane sequence?
The airport mission.
The airport mission. There you go.
There's a couple others too.
But I think
Disclaimer,
I think
you
the
can skip this if
I think
you
the
want
airport
to.
was the biggest one
Yeah,
in terms of
that's the one
controversy.
that's charged and
Yeah.
changed it all. So interesting, nice story.
Yeah, that game's
What GE are they
Interesting.
using graphics engine?
I have no clue. I was just playing with you, man. I mean, I thought
No, I don't
Infinite
know.
Warfare looked great.
Yep, yeah, it
Oh
did.
no, it didn't.
Whoa, bro,
Yes, it
bro,
did. Yes, it did.
bro, come on. Aren't you a Call of Duty bro? You gotta, bro. You gotta admit
Duty, bro.
those graphics, man.
Aren't you a Call of Duty?
Love it. Love it.
Duly noted.
Love it.
Those graphics. No, they were fine. They were better than previous ones.
They were okay. Yep. No, you're.
Space. We're in space, bitch. Master McConaughey. That one's for you, Chris.
Is that a Lincoln?
What else you got, John?
Come on, Johnny.
Telltale's Tale from the Borderlands developer hope that Gearbox will use their main characters in Borderlands 3.
Oh, that'd be cool.
That was the original, I guess, theme that they kind of gave Gearbox as like, we're going to make these characters. We want to use them. We want you to use them. We're going to build up the world and push them to you for you to use. One of the producers, Adam Saranson, states that the hope was to have these characters, Fiona and Reese, handed back to Gearbox fully fleshed out so they could return in Borderlands 3 and beyond. But as we all know, that series did not do as well as they wanted it to.
The Telltale one.
Yeah, and it's according to some of the people that worked on it, it's actually considered a failure internally.
No way.
Yep.
More so than The Wolf Among Us?
Is Borderlands getting a sequel? I haven't heard anything about that.
Yeah, they're working on
They
it.
did confirm Borderlands 3.
They showed some engine stuff, too.
They did, but it was just
It wasn't actually anything.
it was a desert with stuff
Gotcha.
going
Yeah, it was
through.
lame.
Okay.
So it just looked like normal Borderlands.
That's
But
news to me. Thank you, John News.
Janice.
That's what I'm here for. Find the most obscure things so you can talk to one
Jenny
other
News.
person about it.
John, we're nerds. There's only we only have like these friends. Like this is it.
I know.
So-
But I enjoyed what I played of it. I haven't finished it, but the Borderlands world is just really hilarious and funny, and
It is. I agree.
I love it. Moving on, we're gonna.
Sorry.
Oh, no,
Does
go ahead.
everyone here play the Telltale games?
Yeah.
I played some. I played Batman and I played
was
Game of
decent.
Thrones.
Okay. I don't.
I haven't played the new Batman yet. It just came out. I don't know
I
if
think
I'm really
Telltale
willing to.
games are kind of the modern day choose your own adventure.
Oh, without
anyways.
doubt, yeah. I mean, they're
Definitely,
easy
yeah.
achievements. That's the only reason I play them. Shout out to you, Danny. You know how I feel about them achievements.
Nice segue.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
What you got?
Xbox Mike Ibarra has explained that they're working on a bigger and more meaningful change in regards to Xbox
Oh,
achievements.
baby, they better be giving me a level up system.
According to Mike, he said we can do a lot more to reflect and let people show their gaming history and their status.
Hells yeah.
Whether it's someone who plays multiplayer in Halo 5 competitively
I like that.
with only 2K gamer score. You want to be able to celebrate that person.
Dude, that's cool.
He continues with, we're going to go big in the area of letting people show off and represent their gaming history and the type of gamer they are more than they can do with gamerscore. So to me, that seems like maybe
Are they
they're
getting rid
adding-
of gamer score? They said more than they can do.
It's
with gamer
going
score?
to still be there, but I think they're adding some things to it. I was just kind of, it popped in my head when I was reading this. I recently got a PlayStation, and PlayStation
Yeah, the level up
gives you a
system, yeah.
level. So I wonder if they're going to add a.
That's what I'm saying. Give me a level up system because
Give
that's
me
the
a level
most
up system.
genius thing. It doesn't matter how many trophies you got. It's like, what's your level, bro?
Yeah.
You can look, and then you can look at the breakdown. Oh, you got this many platinums? You've 100% this many games?
Yeah.
What if they broke that down for you, Johnny? It would be insane.
It would be
71,
interesting.
100% games.
Would be interesting, he says.
But, no, I would like to see that. Or maybe it could highlight how many weeks you spent in Destiny, John.
Well, I can look at that, but I won't share that with the world.
I will. So, I have a PlayStation 3. I don't really care that much about trophies, but do trophies? So platinum trophies are weighted more, obviously. Than
Yes.
so that will boost your level up faster.
Those
than,
and golds.
Correct.
Gotcha. Okay, so yeah, I could definitely see them doing something like the achievements are more weighted for doing
Which-
a really specific hard task, just like the
Right.
rare achievements they
Right.
have right now,
Yep.
and actually maybe showcasing those rare achievements or whatever.
Exactly.
And that's the one disconnect with achievements right now. It's like you have those higher point ones, but they don't reflect.
Yeah.
So, like, I like the ability to know whether or not I did a hard achievement or not.
Yeah, even if it's worth like 5 points,
Yeah.
like
but
like that should.
Your
Some of
hard
them are like
achievement
that, too.
level or something.
I think they could do something where they actually have like levels and your your gamer score. Like if you go out of your way to actually do like the really hard achievements, that should affect your that could affect your
Agreed.
level
Yeah,
more so than
absolutely.
your-
What were you going to say?
It's rather irrelevant. Go ahead.
Oh,
No,
Moving
do
on.
it. Do the
Well,
relevant.
I was going to say, regardless of what. So, Xbox and PlayStation have different, obviously, trophies versus,
Achievements.
achievements.
So you get 25 achievement points versus one silver or gold or bronze cup. So does that not tell you what that achievement is worth?
No, yeah, that's what I was kind of trying to say, though. The Xbox side, you just get the 25 points and move on, and therefore, like, go over to PlayStation, it's like they highlight that.
Yeah.
The fact that you did something that's worth 25 points.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what we kind of want to see more of, and I think that would be nice.
But I mean, in my opinion, and it's not everybody's opinion, it's mine. Does that not feel to you like, a higher achievement? Okay, so you get 25 points, you get 50, you get 100.
At the time.
That's a higher level.
At the time, it does. Like, when you unlock
Okay.
the 50, it feels
But
good.
overall,
Yeah.
But nobody has a clue because they look at your overall points.
For me, it's more of like
Yeah,
okay, so you're
88,000
for
or whatever.
Or
for Lord of the
188.
Rings, like Shadow Mordor. Like there are some hard achievements in there that's way more than doing completing the main campaign,
Yep.
which is the most gamer score you can get for completing the main campaign. There are some harder achievements that are like 5 points.
They're rare achievements.
That are rare achievements, but they're only like 5 points. So is there a drive for people that are achievement hunters that will just get 1,000 just because they want to get 1,000? But like those rare achievements, like they should be.
Like, I have a
To
ton
really,
of
like,
rare
show 'em off,
achievements,
yeah.
But yeah, you can't. Nobody knows.
Yep.
It's great
They're
with
not
the
You
time.
distinguishable.
can't tell unless you compare them when you go
And they
in,
give you a
which
little
they should.
diamond.
Yeah, they do.
They give you a little diamond at the time, so why can't they just start collecting your diamonds? That'd be cool.
Yeah, that would be kind of cool.
But I understand because over time, let's say a game just came out. All of them are probably
Yep.
rare achievements. So over time, you start losing those diamonds. But they
That's
just have to
usually what
fluctuate
happens.
it.
It's. I think it's based on the
percentage of players who
right,
unlock
in,
that.
right in the community. So
Interesting.
Interesting
No, I
aspect.
like that. I really think they need to do that, and they need to highlight, like they said, people with 2K.
Yeah.
You know, they might have only 2,000 gamer score. That doesn't mean they're a big gamer because they like playing other games. They like playing competitive.
Right.
They like playing those things that don't give you achievements. So you need to honor them too.
correct. Yeah. 'Cause, I mean, you could showcase a professional player's kill. Their KD,
KD
right,
ratio.
right next to it. If
Their
it's
average
if,
KD.
if it's something
and
crazy,
just, incorporate that into their level.
very interesting.
Oh, sorry.
I hear a cat downstairs.
I do hear a cat.
We are going into our entertainment section now. We're almost done, by the way. We talked about him earlier today, Riz Ahmed, who was in Star Wars Rogue One.
Yeah.
He is in talks to star in Sony's upcoming Venom movie.
I heard about this.
According to
star?
To star. It says he's in negotiations to play a popular Marvel Comics character. No word on who it is. It goes on to say Venom is directed by Zombieland's Ruben Fleischer, and we'll see Tom Hardy star as Eddie Brock.
Interesting.
So,
who could he play?
I don't know. Do you think they'll make their own Spider-Man and go into the Morales?
I don't know.
Miles Morales.
Mm-hmm.
Would they do that? Would they break themselves off and distract from their big boy Tommy Hiddleston, or is it Hiddleston? Holland. I'm sorry.
It's all good.
That's Loki.
Could it be Carnage?
They did say it's not Carnage.
Oh. Interesting. Okay.
So I guess I don't know much about the Venom comic line, but who does he fight, or what is the main antagonist to him, or is he just the main bad guy?
Couldn't tell you.
I couldn't tell you. Do you know it, Brandon?
Nope.
We will have to find out. He's a good actor, though, so
Definitely.
they must have a great role planned for him.
I've not followed Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I mean, Venom has always been. I think just in recent years they've kind of turned him into an anti-hero. So
Yeah.
it seems like it'd be more of a team up, or I don't know. I guess Venom has to be fighting something. I suppose if they're just going to make a movie about
you
Venom.
can't make it like, oh, it's just Venom. Here he is, eating euros.
What exactly would Venom fight? That's really
Apollo
what it boils
Creed.
down.
There you go, Apollo Creed, confirmed. What else you got, buddy?
Wonder Woman now has grossed over $400 million in North America.
Good for you,
God
DC.
for a good DC movie.
The worldwide total is $794 million, and that now puts Wonder Woman as the third highest grossing Warner Brothers film, right behind The Dark Knight and The Dark Knight
right now.
Rises.
Bro, shout out though. I think Joseph's gonna save that Justice League movie. Going back for 4 weeks of reshoots and $25 million worth. He saw a problem and he's gonna fix it.
Hopefully.
I would assume so. You don't pay that much money and go back that long without seeing a problem, which Zack Snyder
Is a problem.
Yeah, but when you have liquid cash like that,
Oh
though,
yeah,
and
he's
that's,
like, yeah, without a doubt. Joseph's a man though. I'll give him. The first Avengers was probably one of the best team up hero
agree.
movies I've ever seen.
I'm not disagreeing.
And Avengers 2 was such a studio effort, and you
Yep.
could see it. So I'm interested to see. And Wonder Woman being successful,
Yep.
it's a good move for them.
I think what really Joss Whedon is really good is the character interactions. Like, you go back and watch the first Avengers, it isn't just about the team up of the superheroes, it's about them interacting with one another. Yeah, the alien invasion is really cool and seeing them fight Loki and blah, 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 blah. But it's when Iron Man meets Captain America, meets Hulk, and meets Thor, suddenly they're interacting and talking to one another for the first time ever.
Yep.
That's what's cool. And if Justice League can pull that off and Joss Whedon can do that again, you're going to see a hit.
Yeah. And that, to be fair, even like the alien invasion was just secondary story.
Yep.
If you think it's like the last 15, 20 minutes of the movie, so it's not even the main part. So, yeah. You excited for Justice League?
yeah, it's opposite.
This guy's the guy that has Batman, Green Lantern printed all over his skin.
I'll tell you what I'm not excited about. Those fucking posters are terrible. But
Oh, they are pretty bad. Yeah. Zack Snyder. Anyways.
One more for you.
All right.
And we've talked about it already. Disney's pulling its movies from Netflix, launching their own streaming service. Disney
2019.
intends to have their own brand by 2019, then expand the service. Disney and Pixar movies will be taken off Netflix during this time. The initial lineup for the 2019 release day will include Toy Story 4, Frozen 2, and the live-action Lion King. Disney stated they will also have exclusive TV shows and movies for the platform. And recently updated just today, they are still trying to get Marvel and Star Wars to stick.
Netflix is.
Yeah.
They're scrambling.
Here's the thing with this Disney service. It will be just, I'm trying to say, priceless for parents. It will be absolutely priceless for parents, especially if they put all the old Disney movies on there. You'll set your kid
Their
down.
shows.
Oh, they will.
But there's not a chance I'm going to fucking pay for the service.
What if it's like $5?
But
It
if
won't
it's
be.
$5, sure. But if it's It's not going to be. It's Disney. It's going to be. They're going to try and
Between
price it
10 and 20.
just like HBO is
Yep.
basic pricing theirs.
But here's the thing: anything they've put in the Disney Vault that's no longer available is going to be available on the streaming service
And that's why
in
it's going to be
HD
great for
or
kids.
4K
Yeah.
for $20 a month. Between 10 and $20 a month, I'm leaning more towards the $20
Yep,
range.
I would agree with that.
Well, I know.
So,
I'll
and
probably
you've got
have it
your
in my
diamond
house.
movies
It's
and
not
your
me choosing though.
anything you've purchased at a high dollar value because they put a price tag on it that's going into the vault that's going to be never released. You're going to see all those released again in HD, streamable.
It's a big deal.
It's a phenomenal marketing tool.
It's Disney.
Yep. And Disney's going to rake it in all the money that all the kids go see Disney or go to Disneyland and go to Disney World. Those are the people that are going to buy the service, and they're going to keep it until their kids get old enough to leave the house.
Well, they're going to get hyped and watch those and go, oh, we need to go to Disneyland or Disney
Yep.
World
Or buy some toys.
or yes,
Buy some shirts.
buy an Olaf or a Frozen.
And
whatever
fair
the
enough,
fuck.
Disney isn't probably targeting a 26-year-old male. Just a thought.
They're,
Dear God, I
targeting,
hope
they're
not.
targeting this 26-year-old male.
They're targeting it with Marvel and Star Wars. But, so.
And that 27-year-old male.
Hello.
There it is.
Hi, don't arrest me.
I like it. That was some good news this week, Johnny.
It was
I
good
really
news.
appreciate you doing that for us.
problem.
Using your documents and stuff.
Next week, back in the book.
Back in the book for you, Chris. For you. What did you think of that John news? Put that down in the comments below if you're over on the YouTube channel. If you thought any of that was awesome or dumb, just let us know.
Or dumb.
We'll talk to you.
We'll erase most of them.
Exactly.
We'll delete all your negative comments because we can't take
I
criticism.
don't do that. I've only done it once, maybe twice. Anyways, on to the next topic, which is...
Oh, it's top 10.
It sure is, buddy. We got Landon here, so therefore that means he's taking over Top 10 Tuesday.
Yeah, Tony told me that I should do top 10 today.
Yeah, I plan ahead.
So I made one. It's really good.
It's so
Probably the best top 10 we've ever had.
I'm really excited
And
because you got a lot
the
to
title
compete
is
with.
really long. It is the top 10 limited, discontinued, or otherwise hard to find sodas.
That's going to be on the
Jesus.
YouTube title. You wait for it.
There you go. And it'll be cut off, and no one will know what that actually says. Top 10 limited, discontinued.
this.
That's it. That's all
I
it
like
says.
this. How many of you are soda drinkers? Are you one, Brandon?
Yeah.
Okay, what's your favorite?
Well, I mean Pepsi, but I'm a mainstream soda drinker. Ooh.
So you don't go for the special editions, limited editions, those type of things?
No,
Or
not
like
normally.
the Coke machines, or you name it?
No.
Yeah, you don't go for like the whatever those things are called, the Coke
The Freestyle fountains.
Freestyle. There you go.
I'm missionary in the soda world.
Okay.
All right.
I'll give
Well,
it. But you like Pepsi? I
Yeah.
can respect that. What about you, Johnny?
I'm a big fan of cream soda.
cream soda. Do you
cream-
like
he's a
specific
creamy
kinds
boy.
of cream soda, or
Just
is it
regular.
just regular cream soda?
I like
It's
your
that
style,
regular
bro.
cream.
I like your stuff.
That cream.
So this is
cream.
interesting to me. I'm surprised you can find 10.
Yeah, I did find 10, believe it or not. To be fair, a lot of them are just different variations of the same soda. A lot of them are like Pepsi.
Okay.
And a lot of them are Mountain Dew. Well,
Okay.
2 of them are Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew, baby.
Yeah, Mountain Dew is probably the king of different variations of their sodas.
Yes.
Oh, I gotta think about this one. 'Cause
so-
my top 3 is gonna be hard.
And I kind of did this I just put them down, so I'm going to go ahead and try because there's number 1 is number 7 on this list, and that's wrong. So here we go. So number 10 for me, Crystal Pepsi. I do not understand the hype behind Crystal fucking Pepsi.
It's
just
clear,
weird.
bro.
Oh my god! Wow! Holy shit! It's sugar water. Like, does it taste like it tastes less like Pepsi and it's clear? Like,
Yeah.
I did not
didn't taste
understand the hype.
It's a little bit different.
And like, so in the 1980s this came out, and then it got, everyone freaked out and wanted this to be re-released over and over and over again. And it finally got released. I was like, okay, cool, new Pepsi product. Sure, I'll go try it. I bought Crystal Pepsi, and then I bought Pepsi, and I tried to do a side-by-side taste comparison. Could not tell the difference.
Really?
The dark Pepsi tasted better, in my opinion.
oh, it does. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
and
think
so,
the
like-
Crystal Pepsi's a little light.
Yeah, Crystal Pepsi, you can fuck off. You're number 10.
Damn. Hey, but it made the list.
You're
Yeah.
number 10.
You're number 10.
You made it 10.
You're not good. No one likes you, and that's the reason why you're not going to come back. So.
Wato.
Number 9 is Orbits. Does anyone remember Orbits?
What is that?
All right, this was released in the 90s. I remember drinking it as a kid. It was a soda that had like floating, kind of like tapioca balls that would burst in your mouth as you drank it.
Yeah.
And you had to eat these balls of floating stuff. And no matter how hard you shook it, you could, obviously make the soda splash out. But the balls would never sink, so they just sit there, floated, suspended in this thing. So yeah, Orbits.
Interesting.
You cannot find Orbits anymore. You can, but you probably shouldn't drink it because you will throw up.
Probably moldy tapioca balls.
Yeah, it's a. But yeah, Orbits. It was kind of like a lava lamp for the 90s.
Ah.
So there you go.
I gotta look that up after
A
this
consumable lava lamp.
Yeah.
podcast. My favorite, magma.
So number 8 is Mountain Dew Game Fuel Citrus Cherry. This was
Eat a dick, sir.
shut up. This was released for Fallout 3. This is my fucking top 10. And John lets me interrupt him. I don't let anyone interrupt me, so shut the fuck up.
That was fierce. Wow.
So yeah,
wow.
Citrus Cherry. This was released the first Halo 3. Halo 3 came out, and this was the Game Fuel.
Yep.
Game Fuel Citrus Cherry. I remember picking up Halo 3 and drinking a bunch of Mountain Dew, and that's why I'm this fat. So,
It was good though.
The chair's leaning.
It was
I liked it.
Seriously.
Holy fuck, Brandon, I hated you. I remember that now.
This is funny. Okay, keep going. That was number 8. Citrus cherry.
So, number 7 is Mountain Dew Pitch Black 2. So
I never had 2.
all right, it was like 2 years later after Pitch Black came out. They released Pitch Black 2, which was a sour grape flavor.
Ooh.
So it was way better, and they released Pitch Black normal and like fountain drinks and like speedways. Still pretty good. You can still find them. It's still pretty good. So technically, it's still not discontinued. That's the reason why I put Pitch Black 2, because I thought it was better at the time. But I've never had it again since then. My wife just sneezed.
She held it in
Very
well.
quiet. I was gonna say that's
Yeah.
That was skill.
So moving on. Going quick. Number 6. Once again, my list is not in any order, so I'm just going off the top of my head as number 6. I would go probably with Pepsi Next. I love Pepsi Next.
That was really good.
And it got discontinued so fast. It was like on the market for like maybe 2 years, and then it's gone. And it was a Pepsi Next. You should remember it if you've seen anything in the gas stations in the past 2-3 years. But it was not fully a diet Pepsi. It had like half the calories of normal Pepsi, but it was almost a flavor mixture of Coca-Cola and Pepsi. It wasn't as sweet as normal Pepsi, and that's the reason why I liked it.
Yeah, that's what I always say when I drink a normal Pepsi. I'm like, this is just too sweet. I wish there was something in between.
Yep.
And that's what Next was.
And Next was. So I miss Next. I would take Next. Please bring Next back.
Please.
Number 5, because that was number 6, right?
Sure.
Everyone?
Yeah, you're number 5. Yeah.
All right, number 5. Pepsi Blue. Pepsi Blue you can still get apparently in the Philippines and a couple other different places. Yeah, so if we go to the Philippines, we get big in the Philippines.
doing it
Find
right
a
now.
Philippine movie to do a forum film Friday.
Yeah.
And we'll
and then
just
you guys can send us stuff.
yeah. And if you
Sean,
send
let's
us
do it.
if you send us
All right.
Pepsi Blue, I will love you forever. Pepsi Blue as a kid I loved. I have no idea if I'll like it now because I remember it was super super sweet.
So good.
But it was really good as a kid. So maybe
Your mom
my-
would buy us the 1 liter bottles.
Yes. Yep.
And we
They were
would
the
get
big
freaking
old
crunk
yeah.
and then crash.
It was like the super
crash.
the super blue liquid. Yeah, it was great. It kind of reminds me of a little bit of Mountain Dew Voltage now, except Voltage has a little bit more kick to it.
Yeah.
It's not as sweet, but still
I
Voltage
still
is
remember
super
the
sweet.
taste though. It's kind of like balls, but a little sweeter.
Yep. Speaking of balls, number 4.
Balls.
Balls?
Balls is
How
absolutely.
dare you,
All
sir?
right.
This
Once
is
again,
a children's
once again,
show.
I said limited or discontinued or hard to find, and balls is incredibly hard to find.
Yes,
and it
sir.
is actually a soda, believe it or not, because that's what it actually says. on
It's a
its brand.
guarana.
Guarana soda. Balls is amazing. Cherry balls is better than normal balls, but whatever.
You bitch.
Yeah, absolutely. Cherry balls is better than normal balls, but still, the normal balls is in a blue bottle. It's blue balls,
It's so good.
but it's really good. You should definitely find
they're
it.
both great. You should have both.
I haven't had the root beer. I really want to try the root beer, and I really want to try the ginger beer. So, yeah, balls. If you want to sponsor Game Misconduct, please.
God, we
do
would have
that.
it all over the table.
I'd
We
drink
take
it.
your balls anytime.
That was number 4, right?
Yep.
Number 4. Okay, this should definitely have been lower on the list. But you guys, anyone remember Pepsi Holiday Spice?
Yeah, they brought it back recently.
No, they didn't.
The cinnamon.
That's not it.
It's not it?
That's just pure cinnamon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Pepsi Fire.
yeah, the Pepsi Fire is not very good. It's terrible. It's like it's like Pepsi Fire is garbage, and I hate it. But it's like a Fireball whiskey except with Pepsi, and there's no alcohol in it. So what the fuck?
It's carbonated
what the
Fireball
fuck is wrong
whiskey.
with this? So it's really bad. And if you mix Pepsi Fire with Fireball whiskey, you will die. Believe it or not.
I hate fire.
Probably just by indigestion.
Fireballs.
It's getting really hot in here, so I'm trying to go really fast. But anyways, holiday spice was cinnamon, nutmeg, and anyways, anise probably anise. It was apparently based on like
we used to drink it all the time on Christmas.
Well, yeah, it was Christmas. It was only released for 2 years. Really, really good. It should not be number 3 on my list. It should be lower. So put balls at number 3, and this one is number 4. Number
2.
Number 2. All right, sorry, I just burped. Red Bull Cola. Does anyone remember Red Bull Cola?
I remember it because you were fucking crazy.
I love Red Bull Cola.
Backward, sorry.
Oh my god, I love Red Bull Cola. It was apparently no one else liked it because it got discontinued. It wasn't all.
You were like
very long.
devastated that day.
I was really sad when I could not find Red Bull Cola because I used to go to my Target all the time and get a 4-pack of Red Bull Cola. But it didn't have that much caffeine in it because that's the reason why everyone bought Red Bull was because it's caffeinated. And when they bought this cola, they're like, oh, there's not much caffeine in it. So it didn't sell well in the U.S. But apparently it's still sold in like Europe and like Germany and stuff. So if I ever go to Europe, I'm going to buy a bunch of Red Bull Cola and smuggle it into the U.S.
There you go.
And finally, number 1, you guys can all guess it. It came back recently. It's still discontinued now. Again, it is Surge.
Is that really discontinued again?
Yeah, it's gone.
No way.
You can buy it on Amazon still, but you cannot buy it in stores.
Oh man.
Or a random gas station in Oklahoma.
I did find one Surge recently. I actually went to Oklahoma recently with my wife and Emily right there, and I found one can of Surge. And I bought it and drank it.
Very
And
nice.
then I
So
left
good.
it in the car and got hot.
So good.
2/3 of a can.
I was so pissed. I was really mad at myself.
Are you dudes capable of producing a top 3 on this one?
Yeah.
You ready to go, Johnny?
Yeah, I'll
Go for it, buddy.
All right. I'm going to go with my number 3, and this is going to be very plain. I'm sorry, but I don't think paired with the correct food, and I'm going to compare it with food. Classic Coca-Cola.
All right, so you completely missed the object of this list.
Okay, then somebody else goes.
No, go ahead, John. Your favorite sodas.
Can I do that?
Just do favorite sodas.
Because I don't.
There you go.
Limited sodas.
Yeah,
I
just
didn't-
go
yeah.
ahead and do favorite
Just
sodas,
do it.
John.
I didn't go too far into the soda category.
The soda game. Go ahead, just favorite sodas,
Hey,
John.
Johnny.
Classic Coca-Cola.
No, somebody else did.
You know, actually, John, I'm actually right there with
I'm
you.
wounded.
Classic Coca-Cola is pretty good.
Classic Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola.
Number 3.
Number 2.
COK.
Number 2. I like Baja Blast. Because
Alright.
it's super
It's
good.
fair. It's tropical. It's like a tropical storm in your mouth.
Which all of these you can still get.
Did
which
you ever
is
have
the opposite.
Sangrita Blast?
No, I did not.
Okay.
That red one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I liked
It's
it.
pretty delicious.
Yeah, I liked it.
Then they are kind of hard to find,
It was
but
Taco
not
Bell
really.
exclusive, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
Not too hard to find, but
I'm fat as shit. I
You-
like soda. Taco Bell exclusive.
the Jones Soda Cream Soda.
There you go.
Jones Soda cream soda is, and Jones Soda period is.
Yeah.
like
Anything
the
Jones
apple.
soda is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
It's good.
You have
Sorry,
one?
I messed
Jeffrey?
up the list.
I do.
Go for it.
So can we stick to mainstream as well, or can we
Just go for it.
coalesce them?
I got some
Okay.
limited ones, but you can go ahead.
All right.
I'm guessing you didn't drink many.
Yeah, Landon and I used
Brandon
to hunt for
didn't
stuff.
say. Brandon did say he didn't drink many limited edition sodas.
Yeah.
I honestly don't. Yeah, I did not.
Go for it, though.
People will probably hate me. There will be riots in the street, but
Okay, I'm ready for
Pepsi is my number one.
I'm with you, buddy. I love
Regardless,
Pepsi.
I love Pepsi.
Wrong.
Sugar.
So wrong. Amazingly wrong.
Wrong. Wrong. Your opinion's
Wrong.
dumb.
I'm with you. I love Pepsi.
Pepsi. There you go.
That whatever that apple soda is, and it's at Taco Bell.
Yeah, the Manzana or whatever.
Yes.
Mansanta
Is that
or-
not delicious?
It is really good. I actually like apple
It's an
soda a
apple
lot.
flavored soda. Yes.
It's pretty
Lando
darn good.
nailed it. Manzana. And then cherry Pepsi.
2 Pepsis. Come on, man.
No, I'm sorry. but-
Why do you hate Pepsi, sir?
I don't hate Pepsi. I actually really, like I said, really like Pepsi Next because it's just too sweet.
I love it. I'll drink it regardless. I always mix Diet Pepsi and regular Pepsi. 3, in terms of limited, 1 honorable mention, LeBron's mix from Sprite.
I think Alan would have gone with
Oh,
that
yeah.
one.
Me and him, we used to split that when we worked together. We get the little coffee cups. I'm like, hit me, son, with a LeBron's mix. Anyways, number 3, Surge, like you said. Actually, all mine are going to mimic yours, believe it or not. Number 2, Pepsi Blue. Number 1, bowels because I love balls
Yes.
all day long.
I really would like to try Pepsi Blue again to see if I still like it today.
Yeah, me too. That's why I put it number
And
2.
that's the thing with like Surge. I still liked it today when it came out. So.
I can guarantee you, Balls is my number 1 soda because every time I can find one, I freak out.
Yep.
That's like my jam.
It's hard to find, and if you find it, you should probably just buy the whole stock.
Yeah, buy it. It's from Ohio, believe it or not, the Cleveland area. So.
It's the only good thing that came out of Ohio.
Yeah,
And that
that's
video.
for sure. Yeah, okay.
Cleveland.
That's awesome. What are your top 3, top 5, top 50, whatever you want to put in the comments below? Limited sodas, whatever you want to do.
Or your top 3 just regular sodas.
Yeah, top 3 regular sodas like Johnny.
Coca-Cola.
Do it. Let us know.
Green
Shout out.
soda.
Moving on to our next topic, which is mine.
It's getting hot as shit.
We're gonna wrap this up real quick, but it's okay because this is a good topic that I stole from another show. And I kind of referenced it to Brandon last week, and we kind of touched on it earlier. You know how we talked about Dunkirk.
Yes.
This movie's going to hold up 60 years from now because the practical effects, it's a history film, just like Saving Private Ryan. It's just a spectacle to behold. So my question to you guys, and it might take you a second and we can all agree maybe on the same one here. What modern day superhero movie is going to hold up 60 years from now?
Shit on my dick.
Logan.
Logan. Look, he's right off the bat. I like it. Go ahead. Tell me why Logan is going to hold up.
I think Logan actually... It's Logan and Deadpool, honestly. They're going to hold up 60 years ago as a modern-day superhero because they've captured the essence of both characters pretty flawlessly, I would say. You can... I mean, if you're really going to go for it, you can even say the Reeves Superman movies probably will still hold up. And probably the Batman from the 60s already. So
you're knocking them all out. You got to give some other guys.
Sorry.
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
Man.
I'm sorry.
Yes!
But anyways, modern day. You said modern day.
Modern
so
day,
even though those were made in the past, you can't even.
So let's just say in the last 20 years.
Okay. Yeah, Logan and Deadpool.
Yeah. And is it just because overall they just hold up as movies and
I
they
think-
capture the character?
I think Deadpool's humor is still going to be funny 60 years later, just like Dumb and Dumber is still fucking funny today. It will be a movie that will only been able to be made in the 2010s, whatever you want to call them. And it's still going to be funny to those who lived in the 2010s, and it's still probably really funny to future generations, much like older comedies like Airplane are still funny to us. So
I highly agree with Deadpool. I get where you're coming from with the Logan movie. The only problem with the Logan movie is it's still very much grounded somewhat in the previous franchise. You don't have to see them, but I liked it. I thought it was good. It just didn't captivate me like it did others, but that's just me. But I can see how a lot of people would like it. You don't have to see the other movies, and it's an overall movie.
It's a story about a mutant on the run.
Yeah.
And I think that it also encapsulates Wolverine's anger with himself, with the world, with pretty much everything. So
It's a good choice. Do you have one, Brandon?
The Dark Knight.
The Dark Knight. So this is the most obvious choice for a lot of people. No offense. I love you, but this is a phenomenal film. I speak about Dunkirk's going to hold up 60 years from now.
because it's Nolan.
Made by the same dude.
Yep.
Well, yes, it's made by the same guy, but anybody who follows comics, the Heath Ledger Joker is what captivates that film for me.
Mm-hmm.
No, I mean, the film.
Well,
was
it captivates the film for everyone, I think.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. But I think that is what is going to hold the film for 60 years from now.
But is
in
it
a
because
relevant fashion.
Heath Ledger died, or is it because he was just that good of a Joker?
Both. I think it's
That's
both.
the thing.
I honestly, I think it's both.
I will say, I think the hype around The Dark Knight, I love the movie. I think The Dark Knight trilogy is way better than anything Ben will do with Batman.
Oh, God, yes.
To be brutally honest, I think those movies will be the quintessential Batman movies. But I think Dark Knight would not have received as many awards if Heath Ledger did not die acting in that role.
Do you really?
Yep.
Okay. What did you think of his character as the Joker? I mean, taking everything else out of it, taking his death out of it, him as the Joker.
He was a quintessential Joker for the time and the era that he was playing the Joker in.
Okay.
I will give The Dark Knight is definitely being one on this list because you know, you got the performances from everybody. You know, Christian Bale was lights out. You know, Michael Caine as Alfred, phenomenal with his monologue about, you know, what changes a man, whatever. When he's talking about the man throwing the diamonds out, he didn't do it for
Just
the money.
some men want to watch it.
And also the practical effects. That movie was. This is a Nolan thing. Nolan.
It's not CGI.
There's no CGI, and it's just shot so eerily well. And I wouldn't say it's his best movie, in my opinion. I have a lot of opinions for what I consider his best films. But
it is the best Batman movie ever made.
Best Batman movie ever made. Even though I really like Batman Begins more, but that's just me because I think it's more of a Batman film. Dark Knight is more of a mainstream Batman film. But as a whole, yes, agreed. It will hold up 6 years from now, without a doubt. And I think Deadpool will, like you said, it's a comedy film. It's just going to hold. And I'll give you Logan. I think Logan is just super well done. It's very limited on the CGI side, and it's a great performance. It's a last hurrah for Hugh Jackman.
And that's the reason why it's going to hold up, is because it's the same reason. Well, I wouldn't say the exact same reason, but Hugh Jackman did a fantastic job. He didn't die, but he's retiring from the character.
Yep.
And it's the same way if Heath Ledger didn't die and he just said, I'm only going to play the Joker once, this will be my last time, I think you would still have the same type of gravitas of
hands down
leaving this character behind.
Real quick before we move on, I know this is a completely different subject. What do we think is Nolan's best movie? I know this could be a topic on its own.
Oh God, yeah, we should probably do this.
I'm going to say that for the next time you're here, because I know you're a big Nolan fan. All right, Johnny, what do you have? What do you think's going to? Do you even know? You want me to go?
I'm kind of like in between two.
It's tough. It's not easy.
I don't know. Probably gonna catch flack for this, but
no, it's fine.
I think the original Guardians of the Galaxy 2014.
I could absolutely agree with that,
because
it's like Star Wars,
right? And it gave you characters that if somebody were to say, hey, these are the characters, out of most people would be like, this is weird. What do I want to watch a talking tree for? But the way that the movie was portrayed, and the acting, everything in that movie was just so new and different from our Iron Man, get a big suit, explosions, Thor, hammer, it was just, I don't know, I spit everywhere, sorry.
Hey, I've been doing it all throughout the entire podcast.
It was a refreshing take on superhero movies, and I think we needed it to the fact that everything that we were seeing was kind of the same, and big explosions, the bad guy comes, saves the day, gets the girl,
yada yada yada.
The movie's over. This movie, while it kind of did the same
Ronan
thing,
was a pretty weak villain, to be fair.
Correct.
But the supporting cast alone.
Supporting cast was good. It was a legitimately funny movie. I was laughing out loud in the theater, which I don't do too often. But I don't know. I just think that one will hold up well. I mean, if you still sit down and watch it today, it's a fantastic movie.
Out of the special effects spectacles that are today, I would say Guardians will, just with all the references. I mean, you tackle that 80s nostalgia and all that, you're going to have a movie that's going to hold up, because people are going to want to, they're going to want to know what that time period was like. The biggest problem, and I keep saying it over and over, practical effects are huge for movies to hold up. A lot of these movies that are being made today are going to be topped by special effects coming forth in the future. We don't know what it's going to be like. It's going to be top-notch.
See, the thing is, I think they pulled it off right. It's the same way of going back to Star Wars and still watching the original Star Wars. If you go back and watch like the Hamey's specialized version and all that stuff, where Lucas didn't add shitty CGI in. They used practical effects, but they still used the best special effects they could possibly do, and it still holds up today.
Yeah, and that's what makes a movie hold up. Now, Guardians of the Galaxy, if you watch it, has a lot of CG. It's a huge. They made it pretty quick, but it's just the performance and everything about the story. It's so well done, and that's what's going to make.
There's fluidity, and
so that's why it makes it hard to choose these items. I mean, I think you guys have hit most of them, and I would argue the only one that you might have missed, and a lot of people forget about it, and it's kind of what started it all, in my opinion, of the modern day in the last 20 years, is the original X-Men and X-Men 2. These are movies.
I don't think they hold up as well.
You don't think they hold up as well?
To be fair, I haven't watched them recently.
Have you? So these are movies that were very limited at the time in terms of special effects, and it relied very heavily upon just the exploring the nature of the mutants' abilities. And X2 primarily, I remember the most as being one of my favorites. The whole.
Have you watched it recently though?
I have, actually, in the last couple of years. The whole the thing that gets me the most about the X-Men movies they kept going and they just kept trying to do so much, and they stopped thinking and stopped realizing like what made X-Men so good. It wasn't about just how many X-Men can you show at one time. It was about the day-to-day school interactions and what could happen.
It's the heroes interacting with each other. That's what
and
actually.
X2 nailed it. It started with the whole school. They had the field trip at the beginning. You had the Nightcrawler scene at the White House. What would happen in a world where there was actually mutants? And then they kind of touched on the whole Stryker side of the Wolverine origins. They just hit everything. And even down to the end where you just had the reference, is Jean Grey dead? No. So to me, like, what makes a memorable movie and what will hold up is obviously it's a good story. It's practical effects, which we touched with Dark Knight. It's performances, and it's just interactions into portraying heroes the way they should be portrayed. You look at X-Men and X-Men 2, they're pretty, not that they're spot on to the comics, but they look like they could be out of a comic book. And a lot of movies now, the
uniforms are terrible.
Uniforms they're not the yellow ones.
They're just black leather
but they
with
still,
an X across them.
They still touch on the school stuff. They still touch on, the relationship between Xavier and Magneto. It just...
especially considering what Marvel's now doing to Magneto.
Yeah.
But whatever.
So what you get now is just how can we show as much flashy stuff as possible without it even looking like the comic books. And I just think that, in my opinion, I think the X-Men movies... I would have picked a lot of the ones you guys... I had Guardians, I had Dark Knight, I had Batman Begins. But in my mind, now the ones that weren't picked, I think X-Men and X-Men 2 will probably hold up. I think Bryan Singer's early work was very well done.
I will say it's interesting that none of us have picked any of the Marvel movies that were made by Marvel and directed by Joss Whedon and these, top of the line. They made good movies for the time, and they'll be forgotten in a couple of years.
They're the modern-day Western. That's what everybody's called them. Because, when the Western came around, it was how fast can we come up with a Western because everybody likes it? That's what Marvel did. Now, Marvel's done a good job of sticking to their storyline, and I think I will remember it for that. But am I going to show it to my kids?
No, you'll remember the overarching storyline. You will not remember the individual movies that built that storyline.
Oh, unfortunately, that's my opinion. Actually, I was going to say Batman vs. Superman is my favorite. Exercise Squad. That'll hold up 60 years from now.
It wasn't worth a puke in the bucket.
If you didn't know, the Game Misconduct podcast is available on all audio services with the exception of Spotify. You can download it at any time. Also, we release it in video form Monday through Wednesday, parts 1 through 2, in the full video form on Thursday, if you're interested in just watching it all. We also stream it live every Friday, 7 to 9:30 p.m. Central Time. So if you want to come hang out and just say a couple things in the chat with Danny, Chris, anybody, we'll be there. We'll be talking to you. Also, we have a mean social media game at the end of the table. He runs it. He madly posts.
He mad.
Those mean GIFs and memes.
JP.
What is it?
Mine or the Twitters?
The Twitters.
Yours.
It's at Gamer Misconduct.
It sure is, bro. What's yours?
Mine is at Johnny Pickles 89.
How about yours, Landon?
Oh, mine's Brass Nunky. Brass Nunky. Let's try that again.
Brass. You?
The Igloo.
Igloo. And mine is Tony Krosno. And Alan's is in the description below. But you know what, Landon? I'm really happy you're here. Real quick, before we leave, I know it's hot as balls. What have you been playing lately, buddy? Just you.
It's been fucking... I've railed against the game, but I've been playing Shadow of Mordor.
You sure have, baby. I was going to wrap it up.
He's like...
no, the game's fun.
It is a fun game.
The open
but
world,
the lore is so fucking wrong, but whatever.
You ready for Shadow of War? You going to play it?
I'm going to play it.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's okay. If you can disconnect yourself from the way that Tolkien wrote and thought, it's a great game. You actually live in the world for just a little bit in terms of the scenery. For the scenery. Give him the scenery, buddy. You know it looks dope. It's like the movies. Anyways, this has been the Game Misconduct podcast, episode number 44. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We'll see you.
Bye.